Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Decided to return to you finally for the long-awaited Tuesday album review, which this is one of the two Tuesday album reviews that I'm premiering for December 9th. So I hope you will enjoy this for Dragonforce and Inhuman Rampage. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 9 tracks on this 62.5-minute record. A little over 62.5 minutes, I think close to 63 minutes, and let you know my thoughts on Dragonforce and Inhuman Rampage in its entirety. So let's dive into this Tuesday album review. Now, this was a Tuesday album review that was supposed to be for December 2nd, but it was delayed due to me doing the best songs of 2025 last week. So I'm very sorry that I didn't get it out to you December 2nd. I just had a lot of stuff going on, and I did do an announcement video saying it was going to be on December 9th for 2 of them. So this is the first one. So let's get started. The first track is Through the Fire and Flames. Great song. Really enjoyed ZP Thirt's singing, and overall the guitar work is great from Herman Lee and Sam Totman. And overall, this track really impressed me for how it sounded and was one of my favorite tracks that came out in 2006. So, great song, definitely rocks. It is about almost 7.5 minutes, but it does kick ass for sure. Revolution Death Squad is the next track. I really enjoyed that. I'd give it a 5 out of 5. Along with Through the Fire and Flames getting a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed how ZP Thirt's singing in this was. Definitely interesting. Almost an 8-minute song, but does kick ass too as well. So, another great track for sure. It's a 5 out of 5. Storming the Burning Fields is the next one, and really enjoyed this one too. I enjoyed ZP Thirt's singing in this, and this was before he left the band due to some things that were going on. But overall, ZP Thirt's singing is really fantastic in this, and the new singer for the band sounds really good with his vocals. So I really enjoyed Storming the Burning Fields. Herman Lee's guitar work and Sam Totman's guitar work too was pretty epic. Their combination with it. Operation Ground and Pound was another single for the record, and a great one too that I enjoyed. It's a 5 out of 5 for sure. I liked the drumming, I liked the guitar work, and overall the execution did very well for this 7-minute track. So, pretty epic song for sure. Body Breakdown is another good one. I enjoyed this one too, and I really enjoyed this overall ZP Thirt's singing and his falsetto sings or high-pitched singing vocals sound very strong in this, and the drumming and guitar work is really epic. It is speed metal, of course, but it works for how it sounds. So I'm enjoying this track, 5 out of 5. Cry for Eternity is another one of my favorites. That was a little over 8 minutes, but really executed very well for how it sounded. And I enjoyed ZP Thirt's singing, and Herman Lee's guitar work, and Sam Totman's guitar work too. It's really great. So is the drumming in this. Pretty fantastic track. I really enjoyed how it sounded. The Flame of Youth is the next song, and it's another one of my favorites too. Then we get to a mellow song after that, but we'll talk about the mellow song in a second. But overall, it's a 5 out of 5 for The Flame of Youth. Really enjoyed the singing from ZP Thirt, and overall, the drumming and guitar work. The guitar solos are epic throughout this whole record. They're really fucking fantastic. They have a lot of guitar solos for what Dragonforce has to offer, and they pull it off. So The Flame of Youth is a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed Herman Lee's guitar work, and Sam Totman's guitar work is really strong in this too. Trial of Broken Hearts is a pretty good song in its own way. It was one of my least favorites, but did very well in its own way. So, pretty good song, but I have a little bit of a critique with it, with how the pacing of it is and the melody. But it's nothing terrible. It's a nice track, but it's not like one of my go-to favorite Dragonforce songs. They do some mellow tracks that sound nice, but they're not like one of the best songs they do. They're one of the least favorites, but still pretty good. So 4.75 out of 5. And finally, Lost Souls in the End in Endless Time is a great song too. I really enjoyed ZP Third singing and Herman Lee and Sam Topman's guitar work, and their guitar solos are pretty epic in this one too. For 6 minutes and 22 seconds, you're in for a blast with this track. It is a bonus track for the record, like a Japanese bonus track, but it does very well for what I listened to, so yeah, 5 out of 5 for this one. And the drumming was pretty strong in this too, so I'll give the drummer props where it's due. It was definitely some really heavy, fast metal, speed metal stuff that really is amazing. Speed metal, power metal. It's called power metal, but it does well for how it sounds. Overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think Dragonforce Inhuman Rampage for this Tuesday album review, Season 7, Episode 17, is a really strong record. One of my favorite records in their mid-2000s era, and it was a very strong record. I enjoyed ZP Third singing in this. He was in one more album before he left the band, which was the Ultra Beatdown, I think was the next record, or something like that. But overall, very strong record. The guitar solos are amazing in this record, and so are the bridge guitar solo thing with Herman Lee and Sam Topman, doing very well with their guitar soloing and all that stuff, is what you could call it. But I really enjoyed this record. It was a blast and something memorable, which this record's going to celebrate 20 years in 2026. So I'm really excited for the 20th anniversary stuff for this record. And this record was enjoyable. So if I were to give Dragonforce Inhuman Rampage a score, it's a 9.5 out of 10, a really strong record. I mean, the only song I had a critique with was Trial of Broken Hearts, but other than that, the rest of the record did very well in its own way. So 9.5 out of 10 for Dragonforce Inhuman Rampage for this Tuesday album review, Season 7, Episode 17. I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday album review tonight, and thanks for watching.